யாரு? வந்துட்டுங்க போய்.
Never put off the flame of hope and positivity. Events in your life will try to extinguish it, but it's your job to keep that fire burning. Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's session, Keep the Exam Fire Burning. Owing to the difficult circumstances that we are currently in, a lot of you might have numerous confusions and might be finding it difficult to stay motivated all the time. Adding on to it, the CA exams have been getting postponed again and again, and we are still not sure if they will be conducted in November. Like we all know, CA is a course that requires dedicated preparation for months together. So it is extremely important to keep that exam fire burning within us. So in today's session, we aim to motivate the students so that they are in high spirits and do not give up until the exams are conducted. And for that, we have two of the most experienced and amazing faculties with us here today, CS Jairam sir and CA Chandrasekhar Shetty sir. I take it as a privilege to welcome both of you to today's session. Welcome, sir. I now request Shetty sir to introduce you all to the Guru of Gurus and our first speaker of today, CS Jairam sir.
Thank you, Aditi. 1 second. Okay. Audible, Aditi? Good evening, friends. Good evening to all of you present here. And good evening to Sri Jayaraman sir, the respected faculties pan-India. It is my privilege to have sir on the board. Who better can come and explain the way we should plan our examination, especially when the examination days are getting postponed months after months. A person whose experience, I'm sure, will be almost double the age of majority of the students who are sitting and listening to him. And I knew Jayaraman sir for more than decades, but it was my privilege to have him on the board from last year in CAPS. And after coming to contact with sir, I got to know so many things which I will never imagine that the person of such a stature can be doing it. Just to tell you, the sir is the practicing company secretary. Number two, the person having more than 2 or 3 decades of experience. He has taught for more than lakhs of students across India, probably from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Everybody will be knowing Jayaraman sir. And more importantly, the personal side. I'm so glad to know the person of such stature because he has the charity in his blood, and sir is having a Goshala near Madanpalli, and the way he is conducting the activities, even just before we started the session. So my wife was saying, once the COVID-19 everything is settled down, first thing we are doing is we are visiting the Goshala. The way the things are happening, the way sir is doing something to the society, doing something to the cow protection, amazing. So, and most importantly, the person of such a great knowledge and experience, down to earth, and a very genuine person. He speaks straight from the heart. So it is my privilege to introduce sir. So the forum is yours. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of the entire CAPS and CAPS Foundation family. I also welcome all the faculty members as well as the family members and the student members, sir. So let us listen to the best of the best. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And very good evening for all the CA final students. Thank you very much, Shetty, sir. Introducing myself a little more, being a practicing company secretary, I've been also a paper setter and evaluator for CA at inter-final level, at various levels for, of course, recently I've stopped setting papers or evaluating them because of my commercial involvement in coaching in a very big way. Apart from that, I've been a senior partner in Jayaraman Radhakrishna Associates for the last 30 years. Now, as a practicing company secretary, I have incorporated more than 1,000 companies, probably by the largest by any practicing company secretary in Hyderabad. And we have retainership files of over 800 companies. I've been, apart from that, before the COVID session, I've been taking classes in the last 28 years. As Mr. Shetty sir has told, I have taught more than 1 lakh students of CISW and CS in the last 28 to 30 years. Now, I've been taking classes earlier before this COVID at Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Ernakulam, Pune, and various other places in India. The tremendous response which I get from the students wherever I go has been a very great source of motivation to me. My association with CAPS is really wonderful. It's not that just because our Shetty sir has talked about me, I should talk about him. But no speech is complete without talking about him. See, we all see role models in life. I'm not exaggerating. Shetty sir is one of the role model for him. Because see, what is very important in life is, for a teacher, there is nothing called personal life different from professional life. Both are blended together. Because see, we cannot have any other wrong personal life. So I've seen Shetty sir devoting most of the times for the welfare of the student. And it goes on record, in Bangalore, not only in Bangalore, anywhere in India, you can see the lowest fees. I can assure you, you can search in the whole net, the lowest fees which is charged for a professional course like CA, nowhere in India you will find other than in CAPS. That is a great honor to him. He keeps all the students' interest in mind. And my association with Shetty sir is tremendous. I love to be with him, and it's a great honor and privilege, and it will be a lifelong association with Shetty sir. Thank you very much, sir. Then the first point I would like to make it very clear is this: we are all suffering through these trying times today because of this COVID-19, but it's just a question of time. Please let me assure all the students that it's just a passing time and it will all go away for two reasons. One, determined efforts are made to find out a vaccine. I'm pretty sure it's only a question of time. Once the vaccine comes, things will go away. And second is, awareness have come in a very big way. Tremendous awareness we have got. Social distancing, then mask and other awareness has come. Therefore, I don't think this should be a big problem. Anyway, from the student perspective, let us convert all this into opportunities. See, now all of you are going to write in November examination. Now, whether the November examination will be conducted on time or not is not the subject of discussion now. It will be conducted, as far as I am concerned, it will definitely be conducted on time. And if it is postponed also, it is going to be a few days here and there. That is not an issue for the student. Yes, I agree that this cancellation of May examination was a big setback. But then from the student perspective, let us convert all these threats into opportunities. You must understand that, see, you take it in a positive way. Okay, I've got some more months to prepare, that's all. Time and tide waits for none. So now you see, God has given an opportunity for you to prepare for some more time. That is how you are to take. See, this is CA final. CA final means, I have seen in the last 30 years among the students, what is very important for CA is that hard work, consistent hard work. CA does not require any amount of intelligence. We are all born intelligent students. And particularly when you are cleared foundation, when you are cleared inter and all, that intelligence level is all set. What is required is you have to sit across the table and start reading. Hard work is what is required. 90% failures at final level is, I would say, is only because they do some kind of last minute preparation, inadequate preparation. That is the main reason for the failures. So very simple preparation. If you are to prepare for 8 subjects, Even if you keep one full month for each subject, fine. Now we don't have much time at our disposal. See, November, time and tides wait for none. Almost now 15 days over in July. That means another August, September, October. That's all. 3.5 months to 4 months. Less than 4 months is what we have. So come on, tighten your belt. Start preparing. So don't worry about COVID and all. I will say it to convert into an opportunity, because now you have nothing else to do. Now, no more going here and there, no pictures, no other activities, complete focus on the subject. Therefore, make the best your opportunity of the available time which is given to you. First, my experience tells me what is required for a final student is conceptual understanding of the subject. First foremost issue. Now, gone are the days where you go for some selective preparation, by some topics, particularly in the corporate law, people try to emphasize more on disqualification of directors, or say loans to directors, related party transaction, managerial remuneration, SEBI guidelines, Foreign Exchange Management Act. They have a set of topics, and they go for selective preparation. This is the first reason for their failure. Now, my experience has taught me that you should never go for selective preparation. Please you have to concentrate on the entire subject. I'll put it this way. Suppose the entire corporate and economic law syllabus, if you, for 100 marks, if you take, I would like to divide, say, for example, into around 400 topics, right? Each topic, I would like to subdivide into 3 topics, subtopics. Now, each subtopic, let us say, there are 10 questions, 10 points. Now, what the paper setter does is, he will pick up 4th point, he'll pick up 7th point and 8th point, and make it a question. So, no selective preparation. In professional examination, what I have found out is, there is nothing called important or unimportant in a professional examination. I still remember at inter level, he gave 18 times, I repeat the figure, 18 times in the last 30 years, that is 60 sessions on a question. What is the difference between memorandum and articles of association of a company? Such simple topic. So, what is very, very important is, from first page to last page, you have to read. So, conceptual understanding of the subject is very important. So, you have to enjoy the subject. You have to go through each and every point. Gone are the days where we by heart the India's pledge and we write it in the examination and get through. So, you have to go through each and every point. This is the first point I would like to tell the student. One student asked me, sir, what is the easy method to get through the examination, sir, at final level? I said, hard work. That's okay, sir. We'll put hard work. Any easier method to get through the examination? More hard work. That's okay, sir. What is the easiest method to get through the examination? Hardest work. That's all. This is the equation in front of us. This is the equation in front of us. So, if at final level, please understand that the more the effort you put, the more easy for you to get through the examination. So, don't by heart your answers. By hearting is most useless thing on earth. You have to read the subject, you have to enjoy the subject, and then properly present in the examination. Okay, you try to write in simple, presentable business English. That is what we require. Now, when I have prepared this video classes, I have prepared very much in detail. Each and every point I have gone very deep into the subject. To that extent, whatever I have gone, you also have to prepare. Now, if you go through all that, this will be very, very useful from the examination point of view. And not only that, in my video classes, what I have done, I have taken about, I repeat the figure, 650 questions of the previous year papers, apart from the multiple choice, have given answers for that. Simplified answers. So this is the remarkable thing I've done. And also when I've recorded my classes, I did it just a couple of months back. That is during the lockdown period. Of course, in live only have recorded it with social distancing. I had only about 20 students with proper social distancing, following all the government norms. So it was a live recording which I've done. So I have included all the latest amendments, all the possible questions, everything. So I'm very sure that if the students concentrate and focus and go through the video classes, I am challenging you. I am taking an open challenge from you. You go through my video classes, 60% your work is over. Another 20% you have to revise number of times. Then you have to read. I take an open challenge, go through all the instructions, whatever I told you. Getting 80s and 90s is quite easy at corporate law. No, I'm not a competitor to Shetty sir. In my subject, I can assure you and tell you that the way we give the markings in the examination is very precise. Why will deduct marks? See, many of you do not know, since I've been a paper evaluator, let me share this point. The paper setter who sets the paper, he prepares the answers known as key, not word-to-word answers. The main points he will give. Now, what we do when we correct the answer, we search our answer in your answer. Mark my words. We don't look into what you have written. We look into what we want. That's it. So the paper setter, for this question, he says these 5 points must come in the answer. We will search, where is this point? Where is this point? Where is this point? Accordingly, we give it. If none of the points come, we just strike it off. If you have written all the 4, 5 points, why will deduct marks? Why will deduct marks? I have interviewed, I have talked to many of the people who have got 80s and 90s in corporate law, and they say it is only the presentation which is very, very important. Precise presentation. And now, please understand, this last minute preparation is going to affect you very badly. Come on, November is fast approaching. Start preparing now. Now, my experience, see, at your age, 6 hours sleep is a must. Then 7 hours is comfort. 8 hours is luxury. No more comfort and luxury. I'm not exaggerating. I say after 6 hours sleep, now what is remaining is 18 hours. Now 18 hours, 3 hours you leave for routines and all. 15 hours time is available. Sit across the table. Sir, while reading one particular topic, I get boring and all. No, you will never get boring. Change the topics. That's it. Sir, मेरा दिमाग खराब होता है सर, ना मूला अपने विड़च्चे पेड़ उन्नो विड़क्यादे. And the mind is something which will work all the 24 hours. If the mind stops working, then it is brain dead. The God's greatest gift. So you have to start reading. You have to focus. How you will focus on the subject? Develop interest on the subject. If you muck up, then you lose interest. So that is why each and every point, each and every topic I've gone through, I've explained very much in detail. Apart from that also, I have made a lot of offers to Shetty sir also, that I have got my your email IDs, any queries, you can directly call me. Even if I'm busy, I will return back the call after some time. You can give me email. It will take just 1 or 2 days for me to reply. Therefore, you will not find any major difference between these live classes and also this video classes and this online classes. So this much I can very much assure you. Now, I would like to tell the student only 2 things. You practice karma yoga, you practice bhakti yoga. Duty, 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 that's all. So, unless the whole Mahabharata, the whole Bhagavatam, and also in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna emphasizes that you do your duty, I will do the rest. That's what he says. Now, the biggest problem with the student is they start worrying about the examination. They start thinking about the results. They start thinking about the future, which you are not supposed to do. First, you do your duty. Today, what is your duty? Take your book, starts reading, understanding the concept. Please understand, you are at the brink now. You have finished your your final level. Next level, you are going to become chartered accountant, my dear. Chartered accountant. You know who is a chartered accountant? He is the right hand of the managing director. I'm not exaggerating. Hundreds and thousands of crores of rupees of public money is concentrated in this one man called managing director of the company. He runs the company and you are the right hand. See, I always wondered why so many subjects must be given for a chartered accountant. What a chartered accountant requires is only a little bit of knowledge in accounting, costing, auditing, and taxation. No fifth subject is required. Why he is made to learn 22 subjects, including most of the legal areas? Because of this, he is the right hand. Now, he is the man behind the show. I will not be exaggerating if I say chartered accountant is nothing but the principal secretary of the government of India or the chief secretary of the state government. So the ministers only listen to what the officials tell. Chartered accountant, company secretaries, they are there. And one more thing we should understand, now you are all officer, not only officer in default, you are all KMP, key managerial personnel. That is the chief financial officer, the company secretary, you are all KMP. Therefore, why the institute is continuously focusing on ethics and value systems, this is because, I would say after the Satyam episode and other episodes where public money was looted, the public anger is not only against Ramlingaraju and other people, it is also against the chartered accountant, because whether it is correct or not, the general public also believe 99% of the frauds would not have happened if the chartered accountant has performed their duties properly. So we have to tighten our belt. You have to rise to the occasion. So therefore, it is not just mugging up some topics and getting through the examination. When you cannot read at the time of examination, after the examination, what will read? So in a very calm state of mind, you have to read. Another area which I would like to emphasize is the time management which you do at the examination level, and also that. See, this last minute preparation you should avoid. Why you always think that the examination is in November? You remove from your mind it is in November, that the examination is in October or September. Accordingly, you start preparing. That is the most important factor here. So then the students come and say, sir, at the time when you explain, sir, it's so fantastic. I am able to understand and all that, but I forget. This I'll tell you a remedy. You will never forget. If you are forgetting means you are not concentrating at the time when you are reading. There is a difference between listening and concentration. Listening is through ears. Concentration is through mind. Now, if you watch a movie, you don't listen, you concentrate. Suppose anyone speaks by your side, you will say, hey, keep quiet here. Scene, what kind of scene is going on? Don't talk. One stupid student told me some 5 years back, sir, have you watched that particular movie, sir? I said, why? What is that? So he said, sir, in that heroine, in that particular song sequence, she has changed 32 times her sari. Or a stupid fellow, 3-minute song sequence. His concentration level, you please see. And only to cross-check that fellow, I went to that movie. I also counted exactly 32 different saris she has worn. Thank God she did not wear in front of this fellow. So what I'm trying to say is the level of concentration you see. Why don't you put the same level of concentration when you're reading the examination? And another thing is, fear is the worst enemy of mankind. Why should you fear? If you do mistakes, then only you will fear. Why should we fear? I hate any person who come and cry before him. In order to cover your own patent inefficiencies and deficiencies, you use crying as a mechanism. When you have done your duty properly, when you have read and when you are not wasted your time, when you have done everything correctly, Why you will fail? Why you will fear? Come on, when you have done your duty properly, then many of the students come and tell me, sir, I prepared very nicely, sir, but I failed. I don't agree with that. Why you will fail when you are prepared well? Therefore, karma yoga you follow and bhakti yoga. Praying God alone will not help you. Yes, after you have put in the full effort, go and sit in the examination, then Goddess Saraswati will directly enter in you and she will write on your behalf. Another point I would like to emphasize is multiple choice questions are now for 30 marks at the corporate law level. Now, how do we select this multiple choice questions? Now, I'll tell you all the details. We have got a separate website where I have prepared thousands and thousands of multiple choice questions. This website is available free of cost for all our students. So you can go there, and once you are prepared everything, you can go and practice. But one point, let me emphasize. Multiple choice questions at final level is not like CPT, where some 2000 questions will be given. You go on by hearting and writing all that again and again, you'll get through. Here it is different. I know that it's very clear instructions are there at CA final level that multiple choice questions will not be taken from any particular book and all that. Paper setter will devise this multiple choice questions. So if you are perfect in theory, automatically multiple choice questions you will be able to answer. So my opinion is you don't have to spend too much of time working out separately for multiple choice. Once you have finished your theory reading completely, automatically going to the site, that once you open it, you will be automatically solving the questions. So selective preparation, if you don't do multiple choice, you will get. Multiple choice are do and die. There's no negative marking on that. So if you know, fine. If you do not know, there's nothing you can do. So you can save a lot of time in that. And another issue is, you see, you please attend all the papers. This is one point I would like to emphasize with the students. Please attend all the papers. I have seen some some students coming and attending the first examination, and he gets only, he has not performed well, and maybe the paper is quite tough. He doesn't go and write the second examination, third examination and all. Don't do that. Maybe first examination is tough. Obviously, second examination will be quite easy. Getting 40 marks is just easy. It is not ruled out. Maybe you can cover up aggregate in all this. So what is very important for every student is confidence. If you prepare, sit down for 3 hours and write. And time management during the examination is also very, very important. Now, one more issue. Section numbers are very important at corporate law level in CA final. See, I'm not talking of that 400, 500 sections. At least that 70, 80 sections, which we discussed in the class, those section numbers you ought to remember. For the other acts, you don't have to bother. At least the 70 marks Companies Act portion, section numbers are very important. Because in the last 5 years, after the new Companies Act 2013 has come, I've seen some of the questions are based on section numbers only. So you have to remember the section numbers. Then regarding the 30 marks other acts portion, now lot of changes have come. Latest videos is what I prepared. For example, in the SEBI Act, SEBI guidelines have been deleted, but this LODR guidelines have been introduced. For listed company, there is a lot of changes in those guidelines. Similarly, now in the Foreign Exchange Management Act, what they have introduced is the latest import regulations, external commercial borrowings, joint ventures outside India. These guidelines I have included in a very simplified form. Then now you have got in the new syllabus, the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, the Arbitration Act, all that has been included. Now around 10 marks questions you definitely get in the IBC, that is Insolvency Bankruptcy Code, and the case laws in that. I have thoroughly revised all the material and all that. So you just, for your success, I would say simply follow the instructions given by Shetty sir. He lives for the student. And I think in his dreams also, only students only will come in his dreams. And he is doing his level best for the welfare of the students. And the kind of charitable works and other works for the society which he is doing, hats off to him, unparalleled, such a nice heart, such a nice man. So love with the students. So I wish all the students join and take all the video classes at the CAPS Academy. Rest, Shetty sir will be telling you. Thank you one and all. I once again thank Shetty sir for giving me this great opportunity. Thank you one and all. God bless you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your knowledgeable words and for taking some time off your busy schedule and joining us today. We will remember your words and stay motivated. Thank you so much for being with us. We from CAPS are very happy to be informing you all that we are starting new batches at all 3 levels of CA. CAPS provides the best education at the lowest fees compared to any other class in India. We will be conducting live online classes for students all over the country. Here is the fee structure for the 3 different batches. I hope you're all able to see it. We have CA Foundation at rupees 15,000 for the all 4 subjects, CA Intermediate at rupees 32,000 for all 8 subjects, and CA Final for all 8 subjects, it is 40,000. It is going to be online live classes, so join and get the best education and enjoy studying. It is a privilege to be informing you all that the Guru of Gurus, CS Jairam sir, will be conducting law classes at CA Final and CA Intermediate level. If you're joining all the subjects at CAPS, you will be getting Jayaraman sir's class at only rupees 5,000 at final level. Otherwise, if you're taking up only one subject, it is rupees 7,500 for law. And at intermediate level, if you're taking all the subjects at CAPS, you will be getting Jayaraman sir's class at only rupees 4,000, which is the lowest. You will never, anywhere else, you will not be able to afford it at this price. And if you're taking only law, then it is 5,500. And next up, we have the coolest guru of CAPS, CA Tarun Jagdish sir, who will be handling strategic financial management at CA final level. The same, it is 5,000 when you join all the subjects and 6,000 when you're taking up only SFM. So join and make the best use of learn whatever you can from these amazing faculties. And we have the most popular guru of CAPS, CA Shetty sir, who will be taking FR at final level and the same fee structure. And we have the most hardworking and dedicated CA Asha ma'am, who will be handling audit. So make the best use of these amazing faculties and get knowledge and so join CAPS. Thank you. Yeah. Now moving on, I take privilege in introducing you all to CA Chandrasekhar Shetty, most popularly known as Shetty sir. Shetty sir is a multi-qualified professional with national and international qualifications in varied streams of knowledge. He is a practicing chartered accountant with many other degrees to his name, such as BCom, CS, LLB, Masters in Psychology, Diploma in IFRS UK, etc., etc. Like we all know, the list is really long. He is the founder of CAPS Education to Profess, an award-winning CA coaching center in Bangalore, and also the president of CAPS Foundation. Shetty sir, over to you now.
Thank you, Aditi. Thank you for your nice introduction. After such an energetic, flawless and fluent talk by the great Jayaraman sir. So I thought, let me just take you to the general aspects of our examination when sir has already taken you through the specific aspects. So I thought it is my duty to get into the general aspects, covering obviously exam points. So we have kept the title, Keep the Exam Fire Burning. Now, obviously, we used to say BC and AD, all those things. Now also we have to tell the same thing. Earlier it used to be called before Christ. Now probably we have to call it as before Corona and after Corona. So we all have put our effort. Some of us have prepared for May 2020 exam. Some of us are preparing for November 2020 exam. Some of us are preparing for 2021 examination. My dear friends, for me, all of us are in the same boat. Now, because of this unfortunate corona, because of this COVID-19, we all have a lot of negativity or lack of positivity. So it is extremely important to keep us motivated every now and then. So we come up with so many ideas. We thought this time in a slightly different manner. Okay, let me just present my thought process in this slide. So next, please. I just want to start a story. Aditi, next, please. Yeah. This is one of the beautiful stories. I'm sure all of you will be inspired, especially those who are dejected after knowing that exams have been postponed. It is a different fact whether you are prepared or not. Because I know one of the biggest jokes in CS student life is, have you completed studying? Even if I give you 2 years to study for foundation, inter or final, you will not be able to complete. But nevertheless, let us listen to this story. Karolitekes, whatever way you pronounce him, he was an army man, one of the brilliant shooter in Hungary military camp. And anywhere, anytime, if there is a chota mota competition, he used to participate in, he used to win. And he put his ambition big. He decided, I have to win Olympic gold. In 1938, when he was 28, he decided that I have to prepare for 1940 Olympics and I have to win the gold medal for my country. He kept his dream in his eyes as well as heart. And he started preparing, started practicing. But unfortunately, in 1938, when there is practice happening, when the hand grenade burst, he lost his most important part of the body meant for shooting, that's the right hand. He lost his right hand. Probably people would have lost their hope, lost everything. So he also had two options. Option number one, sit and cry. Option number two, what are the dream he still had in the heart, okay, close to his heart, with the left hand, which is still there, the only hand. He thought, let me just start practicing. He started practicing only with the only hand. And in 1939, in their country, there was a national competition. He visited there. When he visited there, everybody said, wow, what a great spirit. So thank you so much for coming here, for wishing us, and great spirit. So immediately he says, I have not come here to wish you people. I have come here to participate and win the medal. And you know who has won the medal? National champion with the only one hand. So he won. And he started preparing. 1940, unfortunately, because of the World War II, the Olympic was cancelled. He was dejected, but he still wanted to pursue his passion. 1944, he started preparing. Next 4 years, it is not so easy. He started waiting. So, my dear friends who are waiting for 3 more months or 4 more months or 6 months examination, just imagine the persuasion matter of this gentleman. He waited for 1944. Unfortunately, again in 1944, he has that event has been cancelled. Olympics has been cancelled because of World War. He was again dejected like any other person, but still he didn't stop his dream. He continued his practice. 1948. Please understand, at that time age he was 38 years. Compared to so many other young people, he was the oldest one. He continued the practice. He went to the Olympics event, and my dear friends, he won the gold medal with only one hand. He didn't stop. 1952, again he participated. Again he won the gold medal with only left hand, only one hand. What I want to tell you, my dear friends, if you have dream in your eyes, it may be washed away. But if you keep your dream in heart, and if you continue the same, okay, applying the same in the brain, you will definitely achieve the same. So your 3 months delay, 6 months delay. Again, some of you may have a doubt whether November exams happen or not. I don't care. So a person who has waited for 12 years, 10 years, and achieved, and everybody else actually would have gone to that event with both the hands, two hands, whereas he went with only one hand, he still won. So we people, we don't have such a bad scenario. No doubt, coronavirus is one what you call disease like that. So many diseases have come, maybe H1N1, so many. We are actually able to come out of the same and we are able to win. So this may be a little more serious, but nevertheless, you don't have to think, because You don't have to wait like that Karoli for decades. You may have to wait for 3 months, 6 months, or maybe 1 year. So don't have a dejection in life. So never give up. Next, please. So one of my favorite personality, which every speech is incomplete by me unless I don't refer to the great personality Swami Vivekananda, person who has made India proud, the person who has made entire world to know India. Even though he has died at the age of 39, entire world knows today who is Swami Vivekananda. And when he was a super duper hit in 1869, I think, this Chicago summit. So someone asked him, how come you became an overnight hero? He says, it is not that it happened overnight. I've trained my mind in such a way that no impure thoughts come to my mind. So my dear friends, we are all human beings. We are all normal human beings. As per one of the version, so Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna are the great stars who have come to earth just to do something great to the human beings. Whereas we are maybe normal human beings, we have taken the birth. So when Swami Vivekananda used to get a negative thoughts, wrong thoughts, we also will get. So please allow that wrong thought to come, but don't continue with the wrong thought, because our mind always have two birds, positive and negative. The one you feed the most will always make the nest. Next, please. So your negativity, let it run away always. One of the recent quotation which I have seen, maybe around 2 months back, I just loved it. I thought it is apt for the situation. Second time I'm using this in the recent speeches. Serenity comes when you trade expectations for acceptance. We are all commerce students. Trade here means exchange. Trade here means exchange. So when we exchange our expectations for acceptance, we will reach the serenity. So the ultimate. So today we had expectation, exam to happen in May, exam to happen in August. It didn't happen. So instead of continuing with your expectations, start accepting the facts. Neither you can do anything, nor ICA can do anything, nor government can do anything. We need to continue with the situation as it is. No one expected a situation like this will arise. But do you have an option? Do you have an option? So I don't have an option. You don't have an option. That's why please ensure that your expectations are replaced by acceptance. Even in life, when you have lesser expectation, you will always have a wonderful life, because expectation always lead to disastrous results. Next, please. Now, this is an interesting point which I want to add. So the new area which I'm venturing into, I may not be as philosophical as the great gurus or the highly knowledgeable or learned person like the great Jayaraman sir. But as an infant, I'm just trying to tell something to my student friends. This is an interesting question which I asked myself several times. Probably some of you are also asking yourself. This discussion is applicable to all of us, not necessarily as a student. People ask, I always do good, but I always suffer. Whereas I've seen so many people who they do lot of wrong things, bad things, still enjoy. Why? So I try to do some analysis, try to do some research. I also started attending some Vedanta classes. So based on that, a little bit, very limited, very infant knowledge I have. Next, please. So I thought, being an accountant, let me explain with the help of a balance sheet of life. Human Janma, the birth what we have is a balance sheet and not a P&L account. As all our friends know, balance sheet is a continuing affair. Year after year after year after year, it will continue. Unlike P&L account, as I keep giving this example, Tata Limited is purchased the land in 1910 in Kolkata. If they are not sold, it continues to be there even today. Whereas Tata Limited, if they made some sales in 1910, it will never appear in the P&L account of 2020. So let us not bother about P&L. Let us continue with the balance sheet affair. So balance sheet, we have one left-hand side called liabilities, right-hand side we called assets. So liabilities consists of whatever the opening balances. Let me call left-hand side as yes. Yes is nothing but sins. Whatever the bad deeds we have done in the previous janma. So we believe that there are a lot of janmas. Okay, previous janma. Let me call it as, for easy sake, yes as a liabilities, and G, good deeds what we do in our life as assets. So yes, on the liability side, let us start with the opening balance. S1 is equal to 100. So hypothetical figure. Next, please. And G1 is nil. Balance sheet is not tallied. So in the current janma, in the current birth, let us take three options. Option 1, option 2, option 3. First option. So we already have an opening balance of sins, which we brought forward from the previous janma 100. And in the current janma, again, if you do some more bad deeds, sins, total accumulated liabilities will be 200. And think for a while, we have done some good deeds in life, which we call it as G1, 120. We have to suffer for two reasons. One is we have done some mistakes, etc., in the previous Janma, and we continue to do some more in the current. And even if we set off that 120, we still have left with the 80. We are left with the 80 under S only. That means we are definitely going to have one more Janma, Punarjanma, because we are not able to wipe off the sins. Next, please. Let us take the second scenario. So we have opening balance of 100. If you would not have had any sins opening balance, we would not have taken this Janma. Since we have opening balance of sins, we are having this Janma. And current Janma, we do 100. And unfortunately, no good deeds we do in this Janma. Like in the previous case, I can take an example. Option 1, okay. We take an example of a person who was born bad, but we did some good job. This one is something like a second avatara of Vijayas. You may be knowing. So the story of Jaya Vijaya, where they took 3 Janmas, like starting with the Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, then Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupala, Dantavakra. So if we talk about the second Ravana Kumbhakarna case, so opening balance is 100. Current Janma also, Ravana has done a lot of mistakes, no good deeds. So you'll definitely have a suffering. He suffered in the hands of your monkeys also, and he has to go to the next Janma. Third option, please. I'll connect you to the exam. Don't worry. Next, please. So in the option 3, which I would suggest all of you to fall into this category, let us assume opening balance of our bad deeds or sins are 100. Current Janma, let us assume we don't do much. We hardly do anything. Let's say Mahatma Gandhiji. And we do good deeds almost equal to 100. Or you can say 100 plus 20 good deeds 120. We still suffer for the S1 balance we have. However, no carry forward. Hence, we may get moksha in the next Janma. I'm not here to tell you the philosophy or Vedanta. Why I brought this story is, many of you will say, why this exam would have been postponed only during my time? Why it should not have happened other time? Please don't ask that questions. Okay. I stopped complaining that I don't have a shoe when I saw a person without legs. I stopped complaining. I repeat, I stopped complaining that I don't have shoe when I saw a person without legs. So same way, we are suffering either because, next please, next slide. Yeah. Either because we have done something in the last Janma or this Janma. Just to elaborate, please note that there is only one carry forward, because we can carry forward the losses. My income tax friends will understand very clearly. We can carry forward only losses. We cannot carry forward incomes. If you have done wrong things, it will get carry forward. If you have done good things, it will not be carry forward. However, some good things might happen because of relief under section 89. And Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, most of you may be knowing, balance continues as long as there is the excess yes balance. So try to make it nil, then obviously you may not have to suffer. Next, please. Yeah. So this is what I was telling you. The reason many people asked why our exams postponed only in our time. It is either because of your inherited, that is prarabdha karma, or because you have done something wrong in this Janma, self-acquired. Okay. So at least you start doing some great job. Maybe what you call doing some good to the society, like Jayaraman sir is doing some cow protection related activity. We do a lot of cash foundation related activity. Do something to the society. Probably we will be able to get the best in this Janma itself. Next, please. There is a small Vedantic connection. So next, one more point I want to tell you, especially our friends. Okay, we suffer more from imagination than the actual facts. My dear friends, I think Jayaraman sir has already said, why do you want to think about your examination result? Start preparing. Now it's your time to start preparing. Don't imagine, if the exam doesn't happen in November, if I don't pass, think ulta, no, think positive. If examination happen in November, if I pass, I get a rank, think positive. Why do you want to think negative? Therefore, stop imagining. I normally ask my friends, if you imagine that you are in a forest, suddenly one tiger comes. So what will you do? Many people say, sir, I will jump. My dear friend, simplest thing is stop imagining. Stop imagining. I said, imagine that you are in a forest, a tiger comes. So why do you want to fear about it? You stop imagining. That's it. Life is as simple as that. Next, please. So as Jayaraman sir said something, I'm just continuing. I am also a firm believer of Bhagavad Gita. Karmane vadikaraste mafare shukarajana. All of you know. Whatever efforts you put, you'll get the return. But in this situation, especially my friends who are thinking that exams have been postponed, or you are thinking that exam may be postponed, my suggestion to all of you is, you put your efforts not one time, not two times, at least three times. So normal what efforts you are supposed to put to multiply by three times, that leads to double your normal marks. I don't say you'll get proportionate because we have some old Janma mistakes, what you've done, some other things we did. Or just to give an example, all your teachers would have told start reading from the beginning, but you would have started reading only from the last 2 months or 3 months. That means initial 5 to 6 months you never read. So for all this reason, your 3 times effort will not give you 3 times marks. You will get only 2 times marks. So just believe everything in life happens for good. Everything in life happens for good. I am a firm believer of it. Bhagavad Gita authentically says everything in life happens for good. So why this happened, let us not bother. To give a simplest example, so one of my neighbors was saying, so earlier, being in city, we were not able to see the stars. First 1.5 months of lockdown, we were able to see the stars. You know why? Because of the pollution being reduced substantially. Maybe the ozone layer has become reasonably perfect now. So everything, the God has a balancing act. Let us just go with the flow. We don't have to question the questions. Let us go with the flow. Next, please. So next, one of the greatest gentlemen, Rajiv sir, he has added this beautiful concept. Just to go by the concept, so what? Exam postponed, so what? What you called exam not happening, so what? So because what cannot be cured has to be endured. What cannot be cured has to be endured. Do you have an option? No, sir, I want to write the examination in August. You don't have an option. It has to, what cannot be cured has to be endured. So my foundation friends, any foundation friends who are listening, you are new to this examination era. So if you are eligible to write in May, so God would have thought, no, you require a little extra time to prepare. Let me give some extra time. Don't worry. Whereas intermediate students, obviously exhaustive preparation required. Most of it has started only last 2 or 3 months. That's why God has given extra time to you. And CA final, very important observation by me. Think for a while you would have written in May examination. And you are a chartered accountant by July or August. Where is the job market in the present scenario? Where do you get the best of the job? I don't say you don't get the job, but where do you get the job what you wanted? So it is better to suffer as a student rather than suffering as a chartered accountant. So probably for that reason, God would have decided I'll push you to the November. So just because I said this, you don't push beyond November. After November, May, it may or may not. I'll repeat. So what we do, after November, you push to May. If you do that, November to May, then May onwards again, it may or may not. That's why whatever the best available opportunity to you, what is within your reach, within your possibility, write the examination and enjoy the examination. Next, please. Yeah. So just to conclude, first, just believe in this beautiful statement. My strength did not come from lifting weights. By lifting the weights, I don't get the strength. My strength came from lifting myself up every time I was knocked down. So, my dear friends, you would have been knocked down by the situation, you would have been knocked by the circumstance, anything for that matter. Don't worry, because at the end of the day, the strength is when you are able to lift yourself above the bar. You will definitely and certainly be able to reach the success. Someone has sent a beautiful, a jovial sentence. What is the difference between lockup and lockdown? So yesterday only someone said lockup and lockdown. So they say lockup is when you're in a police custody. Lockdown is you are under wife's custody. The police custody it may be bailable. You may be able to come out. Whereas a lockdown, it is a non-bailable. Okay, you will not be able to come out also. So that is it. No, fun part. But positivity, if you look at it, probably we all enjoyed our childhood, being with the family, friends, sitting together. We have got a golden opportunity as of now, being with the family, being with the friends, etc. So please enjoy that. We may or may not get this opportunity again. So look at the positive every time, So I know the most negative word in this 2020 is the positive, corona positive, but nevertheless, that positive, keep it aside. Always have a positive thinking. Trust me, nothing under the sky can shake you. Today, it may be slight difference. So success is only delayed but not denied. So those who believe in whatever Jayaraman sir's principle he said, so stick to it. Whatever the limited point, what I said, if you stick to it, trust me, success is only delayed but not denied. So thank you one and all. So Aditi, next slide. Just show the. Yeah. Thank you one and all. Thank you. Over to Aditi. Before I pass on the mic to Aditi, we also will take some questions. Jayaraman sir is also there. Okay. If anybody want to ask some questions, if we are ready to take the question, you can chat the question, or maybe we'll allow you to unmute one by one. You can ask some questions. And if you are in YouTube, you can also chat. We'll be able to take some of the questions and we'll be able to answer. And also, I want to thank on my personal behalf. Okay. So great, Jayaraman sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful session. So, my dear friends, student friends, at the age of 60 plus, okay, so sir has recently celebrated Satyabdi, if I'm not wrong. And at that age, such a fluent talk, elegant talk, flawless talk, only he can do it. You would have seen the energetic talk. Once all these are happening, because yesterday also, when I saw his video about the area where he stays as of now, 100% sir has done all the good karmas in his life. That is the reason why he has been loved by one and all. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of our CAP family. We want to be associated with you for life, as you said. We also want to be associated with you, and we want your blessings to CAPS and all our students always and forever. Thank you,
Sure,
sir.
sir. Sure.
And Aditi, you can take some questions and then you can conclude. Yeah, anybody has a question? You can chat, or maybe some of them are not able to answer also. I'll allow you to unmute. Anybody wants to? Sir, yours can be unmuted there. I just muted. Yeah. Anybody wants, you can ask any one or two questions if you have.
Sir, Surabhi here.
Yeah. To Jayaraman sir or Shetty sir, your mention.
Yes, sir.
Sir, a general question. I don't know how to address.
Okay, right. Sir will answer.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, there are days where we don't find the sufficient motivation to sit through 12 hours or 15 hours to study. There are like the days we feel low. How to overcome those days, sir?
I would like to tell you, see, mind is such a thing, it passes to the various phases. So when you feel depressed and all that, depression is something because you think about the future. I want to do this, I want to do that, I'm not able to do this and all. But then if boring is something different, you change the subjects quite often. That is what I would like to tell you. For instance, if you are doing, if you are preparing a particular subject, then you shift to the other subjects. That will be helpful. And second point I would like to emphasize is joint study is very helpful. This is what experience has taught me. Joint study. 3 students or 4 students is ideal for joint study. But in joint study, you will not feel bored. But one very important care you must take. All the 3-4 students should be of equal intelligence. Otherwise, you'll be wasting a lot of time. In joint study, that the motivation level will be very high. Theory we can discuss, then joint study will help you a lot in reducing this monotony. That is very important. And this is what I personally feel. You should be energetic. You should be energetic that your future is lying in front of you. It is a bright future. We have to do a lot of things. That is how you have to take it. Negativity, if you think only, as Shetty sir said, this kind of fear and all will come. This kind of demotivation will come only when you think negatively about the future. That is my opinion. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And there is one YouTube question here asking how to handle failure. So Srinidhi Gowda, I think if you are aware of Albert Einstein, what I read one place, he has failed 999 times before 1,000 patents are registered in his name. So he has failed 999 times before 1,000 patents are registered in his name. So you don't worry about the failure. All of us have faced failure. Failure is a stepping stone for success. Whenever it happens, you just say, you are unique just like everyone else. You are unique just like everyone else. You also have a failure. I also had a failure. Someone else also had. APJ Abdul Kalam. Read the story of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. How many times sir has failed? But look at the way he has reached the height. Not even a single person would have thought, except ABJ, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, okay, and his team. They handpicked and he became the first citizen. So you don't worry about the failure. And someone is asking, can we take
Sir, can
Jairam?
I come in?
Yep,
1
yes,
minute,
sir. Please, please, sir,
I
please.
just want to join your point. I
sir.
still remember one more point about Albert Einstein.
Yes, sir.
When he went into the lab, he told that the cleaner, you please keep a bigger basket for me. Then the cleaner was so upset, why basket? No, because I'm such a poor scientist, 1,000 times I write the thing, then I'll tear off and put it. I'm a very poor scientist in terms of remembering. I'm a total failure. This is what he told the great Albert Einstein.
Yes, sir. Yeah, great,
Yeah,
sir. Great,
please, sir.
great information. Thank you,
Please,
sir. And there is one YouTube question, Siddharth Dause. So, can we take Jayaraman sir's class as of now for November 20? Answer is 100% yes, sir. So, Jayaraman sir's pen drive class are available for CA final as well as CA intermediate. It is available anytime. From next week, we will be giving you. You can call up the CAPS number and take the detail. So, everything, okay, intermediate as well as CA final. One of the brilliant lecture. Even I would love to take his classes because it is so nice to listen to his classes. So, Siddharth,
adding one more point to what you said.
Yes, sir.
I'm selling my pen drive classes outside. The pen drive classes cost is 6,500 for inter, 8,500 for final. But for CAP students, I have an understanding with Shetty sir, and the price, if you look at it, is mind-boggling, I would say. So I think you are priced at 5,000, isn't it, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Final.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sir.
So I didn't want to tell because I thought others may have affected. But since sir has told 8,500 rupees, that pen drive class are available at 5,000 at CAPS or 6,500 intermediate available at CAPS at 4,000. It is only because of the greatness of Jayaraman sir, because he also appreciates the charity activity what we do. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. You can take it. Yeah. Anybody else? Any other question? Anybody? Ashaka, another question is yeah. Nagalakshmi madam, any feedback, anything you want to say?
As far as the feedback is concerned, in fact, I'm really charged by Jayaraman sir and by yours, the new technique of explaining the life. But really charged, and really I'm waiting for to see Jayaraman sir, to listen to his talk as well. I'm really charged. Really, thank you very much, sir.
Jayaraman sir, just to introduce her, we were classmates in high school and BCom.
Oh.
The girl Asha who spoke now, we were classmates, and now she's a professor in my college in Mangalore.
Oh, fantastic.
And now she is pursuing her CA final. After the children are reasonably at some stage, she wanted to do that. So she will be a student now.
Yeah.
I'm a student of my friend, in fact.
Yeah. And I still remember, sir,
yes, sir.
A couple of years back, one engineering student, she is an engineering student.
Okay.
She came to my 8 days classes at Chennai. She was focusing, concentrating and all that.
Yes,
after the last day, she came to me and told her she is the wife of the commissioner of police at Tamil Nadu. I don't want to mention the details.
Oh, no.
She is commissioner of police wife. And in the first attempt, she got through.
Wow, that is excellent.
See their concentration level.
Yeah.
And she's an engineering graduate.
Correct.
She just came for the classes for a week and she got through the first attempt. Hats off to her.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Great.
Yes.
A similar example we have, sir. One student in the last batch who is in intermediate now, who is actually doing engineering and CA simultaneously. He's going to the engineering college. Morning he is attending CA classes. Afternoon he is doing engineering, and he appeared in foundation exam with almost distinction marks. Yeah, that is possible. But I think we have some other questions in. Yeah, I failed in last two attempts. This is my last attempt due to my family. Okay, so there's one question here is, sir. He says I failed in last two attempts. May 20 is my last attempt due to my family, but now it is cancelled. How to handle and go on? Jayaraman sir, you want to answer?
Sir, the answer is very simple. Keep aside the past. No point in crying over spoiled milk or broken glass. You forget what has happened in the past. Start afresh. You think you are not returned both the examination. You start afresh, start preparing, forget the past. That is very important. And one more thing, same thing applies to those students who did not get through. What they do, they keep the previous attempts as a yardstick. This topic I prepared only this much, I got this much marks. This I did not prepare, I got so much marks. Don't compare. You forget past is past. It is not in your hands. Future is not with you. Present is with you. Therefore, focus. Therefore, just concentrate. It will happen. It will happen. As you have been explaining the karma theory, now let us presume that your old karma is erased, your negative karma is erased. Now positive karma is flowing. That's all. Prepare. That's my view.
Correct. What has happened, I don't think you can do anything. Just forget it. And God has given extra opportunity for you to cover up everything. Don't worry. Once you are a CA, you can multiply. You don't have to add. So maybe if you are not a CA, you'll just add. Once you're a chartered accountant, you are going to multiply. That's a thing from the multiplication angle.
Yes.
Yeah. And one more question is how to stop chattering of the mind. As soon as we sit, it thinks about different things.
You are the correct person to answer.
No, I may not be, but nevertheless, as I learned from our yoga madam, so she used to say our mind is like a drunken monkey. So monkey itself is so much disturbed, She says human brain is like a drunken monkey. So imagine. So don't think you are the only person who is having that kind of a negative thought. But for that, probably what you can do is have a little bit distraction from a regular activity, meaning maybe in a day, half an hour, you can read non-academic books, anything. It may be Bible, Quran, Gita, whatever. Do yoga, do meditation, nothing like it. See again, sir, what is meditation? I cannot understand. Just sit and read some religious book. You may not understand head and tail. Trust me, you may not understand head and tail, okay? But over a period of time, at least you will understand that you don't understand. That itself is a peace of mind. That itself is a peace of mind. Yeah. Any other question? Anybody else? Nagalakshmi madam?
Sir, Nagalakshmi here, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
One second,
Jayaraman sir,
one second.
namaste,
Madam, I'll introduce.
Namaste.
Sir, Nagalakshmi madam was a student last batch in CA final. So the April batch when you came, January batch, she's preparing for November. She's a PhD holder. She's a Hindi PhD and she was a teacher. And again, after some stage, she has come to the CA. After CPT, she has cleared, inter she has cleared, and CA final. She's a CAP student throughout. And our children are at the engineering level and doctor level. But she is doing CA final. Yes,
fantastic.
Sir. Yeah. Over to you, madam.
Yes. Sir, namaskaram, sir. Nagalakshmi, sir.
Namaskar.
Yes. Sir. Me classes attend, sir.
Yes, I remember you. I remember you. Please go.
I had an opportunity to attend your class. Really, it was great, sir. Even now, I didn't want to miss your talk. Sir, really, it is fully, my battery is fully charged now. So now my exams have been postponed to November. So I'm preparing, and when I read your notes, sir, you will come in front of me. That much you have influenced. Your classes are really great.
Thank you for
I
the
always
nice
tell
compliments.
my friends to attend your classes, sir. Really great. Thank you very much.
Great. Kind of you. Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Thank you. And there is one question. Sir, a student has attended our law classes in January 2020, I believe. And he's asking, is there an amendment we need to go through?
Now, for this, because my notes will be prepared every 6 months, sir.
Correct.
So I cannot make amendments separately as such. My suggestion is they can purchase the material from your academy, will price at a particular price, and that latest material, if they purchase, that will be very helpful to them instead of preparing separate amendments here and there. That is fine.
Perfect, I think. That is perfect.
Yeah.
So how difficult is getting a job in other countries for a CA? Vishal, I don't know why you want to think about going other country now. I think all people abroad want to come back to India. I don't think you need to think. But once, if you still want to go, it is not difficult. It is not definitely not difficult. Correct, sir? Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Satyakritik says we are most of the time we are at home only. We cannot go to the library. That is the fact. So probably one of the rooms if we can occupy and request your parents that this is for my education only. You can request. I know it's difficult in city like Bangalore. So you have to make a room itself as a library and you have to read it. That's the only way. That's the only way. Your libraries are not open as of now, and it may not open for another 1 or 2 months also. Be prepared for it. Yeah. That's it. Anybody else? Yeah. That's it. Yes, sir. I think, yeah. So Aditi, over to you. Next slide, Akbar. Aditi?
Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Shetty sir and Jayaraman sir for being here and motivating the students. We will remember your words and stay charged. Am I audible correctly?
Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect.
We will remember your words and stay charged. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all.
Sir?
Continue, Aditi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And also thanks to all the parents and students who have joined us on YouTube and on Zoom. Hope you've all benefited from the session and looking forward to meet you all in the new batch.
Yeah. Thank you, Aditi, for your nice MC. Thank you again. Thank you, sir. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. So we had around 160 people in Zoom and YouTube, around 80 people were there. So we are around 250 people watching our program as of now. Yes, sir. It will go on. Now, YouTube live, I think people will see. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Special thanks to Chinmay for preparing the PPT and CF Shravan Shetty for giving us technical support. Thank you, sir.